Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a seriously fascinating multi-layered horror story that just completely upends your standard ghost narrative. You know, if you've ever felt like horror stories get a little too predictable with their rules, well, this one is absolutely gonna hook you. We are breaking down the brilliant mechanics and the constantly shifting supernatural rules of a tale that takes two farmers, Nandu and Pankaj, on an absolutely terrifying journey. So, let's map out exactly how this curse escalates step by agonizing step.
The one you killed was just a guard. Man, what a chilling revelation. This single line basically establishes the core rule of our entire narrative. Every single victory is just an illusion hiding a much deeper threat. Literally, right when our protagonists think they've figured out the rules of the supernatural game, boom, the board gets flipped completely upside down. Understanding this deeply deceptive layering is absolutely crucial to grasping why this story gets so unsettling so fast.
All right, let's jump straight into part one, the initial forest curse. You really have to appreciate the relentless pacing here. It gives us literally zero safe havens. It establishes this baseline horror starting right at midnight, with Nandu and Pankaj trekking through this rotting, heavy, putrid forest. Suddenly, out of nowhere, they're attacked by this 8-foot faceless shadow that mimics human voices. Terrifying, right? By 6 a.m., they finally reach their village, only to find it unnervingly quiet. Then, by noon, the sky turns pitch black as the fields start burning with a blue fire. And by evening, the climax hits at the corrupted well. The horror just bleeds seamlessly from the isolated woods right into their own homes. There's just no time to breathe. So, trapped in this mystical fog during that initial midnight attack, our heroes stumble upon a mysterious old man with skin like wrinkled paper. He gives them these seemingly helpful instructions to defeat the shadow demon. Step 1, throw black ash into its eyes. Step 2, drive an enchanted iron nail right into its chest. Now, iron and ash, those are classic, real-world folklore repellents, the absolute oldest tricks in the ghost hunting book. This plays perfectly into our expectations, you know? It gives both the characters and us, the audience, this massive false sense of security. They follow the steps, the demon turns to ash, and they escape back to their village thinking they've won. Which brings us to part 2, the Baba's terrifying deception. Their sanctuary is officially broken. Nandu and Pankaj arrive home as the sun comes up, totally thinking the nightmare is over. But the village is dead silent, and there are these weird black marks on all the doors. When Pankaj bursts through his supposedly safe front door, he doesn't find his family. Instead, sitting right smack in the middle of his house is that exact same old man from the forest, and the old man drops an absolute bomb. Driving that iron nail didn't kill the monster. No, actually, it was an ancient seal placed by a Yakshini centuries ago. By removing it, our heroes basically acted as the key that unlocked an ancient cage. They released the true demon, transitioning this from a localized physical threat to an exponentially worse, unbound nightmare.
Okay, on to part 3, the secret of the shadow. The village burns.
It's barely noon at this point, but the sky just goes completely black, and the wheat fields erupt in this terrifying blue fire. The demon has returned, but now it's 10 times larger, declaring that every single drop of the village belongs to him now. The villagers rally together with torches, and the old man appears again. He reveals this really unique mechanic. The demon's weakness isn't the light itself, but its shadow. So they focus the fire entirely on its fate to shrink its shadow, which is its actual power source. Once it's shrunken down, Pankaj uses his farming hoe to literally sever the demon's roots from the cursed earth. I mean, what an incredible fusion of everyday agrarian tools and supernatural combat, right?
And that leads straight into part 4. The terrifying truth of the well, the ultimate deception. So they sever the roots, the demon dissolves, and the ruined black wheat miraculously turns back to shining gold. But just as the villagers start to celebrate, because of course they do, the earth violently quakes. The village well starts vomiting this putrid black liquid, and who emerges from it? The old man, his eyes totally filled with white smoke. It turns out he is the demon's father. He orchestrated this entire thing just so the heroes would break the physical cage for him. The demon has now completely transcended a physical body to become pure energy. It's in the air, the water, the soil, and it demands a massive blood sacrifice. You're not just fighting a monster anymore, you are quite literally fighting the environment itself.
This brings us to the story's really devastating emotional climax. The lore here dictates that to stop an environmental entity like this, you need a blood sacrifice from someone whose roots are deepest in that soil, combined with an ancestral artifact. And Nandu makes that ultimate sacrifice.
He takes his grandfather's silver amulet, presses it to his chest, and plunges right into the corrupted black well. A blinding, purifying white light erupts, destroying the demon's influence and returning the well to crystal-clear water. But Nandu doesn't surface. He becomes the immortal guardian, trapped forever down there just to keep the evil at bay.
Finally, Part 5. The final battle and message. A deeper wound. Fast forward months later. The village is peaceful, right? Well, Pankar starts having this terrifying dream where Nandu's trapped spirit warns him that the roots are spreading again. Nandu's massive sacrifice was really just a temporary patch on a much deeper, much more ancient wound. Pankaj rushes back to the well, only to find the water has turned blue, and from it rises the Pichichini, the true ancient master of the village. Just like the demon, her power is intrinsically tied to her sprawling shadow. In this desperate final confrontation, Pankar strikes her shadow with the hoe, which gives Nandu's spirit just enough power to violently push her back down and seal the well with a massive stone marked with a symbol of peace. Right before fading completely, Nandu's spirit leaves Pankaj with one final, crucial instruction. Take from nature only what is necessary. And honestly, this is what elevates the entire narrative from just a scary ghost story into a really poignant fable. The demons, the corruption of the soil, the poison well, it's all a manifestation of natural wrath awakened by humanity's greed and overreach. It's just a powerful reminder of why a story like this matters way beyond just the cheap thrills.
Which, of course, leaves us with a lingering question. Is the curse truly broken, or is it just waiting beneath that stone? Sure, the village has peace for now, but it relies entirely on a heavy rock and a very precarious balance with nature. Kind of makes you ponder the fragile nature of their safety, doesn't it? Well, I really hope this breakdown sparked a desire for you to dive deeper into how mythological horror lore operates. Remember, it's never really just about the monster, it's about what that monster represents. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning the shadows.